Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I'm Not Repeating Myself podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I hope you heard what I said the first time because I'm not repeating myself. Glad everybody could be with me on this good Monday. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe on SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify, and on YouTube. I'm on TikTok at I'm Not Repeating Myself pod, and I'm also on Instagram at I'm Not Repeating Myself pod. Hope everybody had a good weekend, man. We got some shit to get into, man. Listen, is this rap civil war gonna happen or not, man? I don't know. I don't know, man. I spoke about last week, when Jay had dropped, in my lifetime on streaming, anticipating the album rollout. He had his anniversary for Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint shows in New York, sold out all 3 nights in a row. But, recently during this week, we've been getting some more information, some more back and forth, some more speculation. Ray Daniels, of course, he announced that, the album was done. Then Rock Nation came back and said, that's fake news. Then Charlamagne gave Ray Daniels Donkey of the Day. So that just spawned this whole conversation about, what's to come, who's representing who supports this. Is Charlamagne backed by Rock Nation? Then of course Drake gets brought up into this whole conversation. So I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm gonna start off from the jump where Ray Daniels spoke and he said he heard that the album was done. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that clip real quick.
Hove is not gonna put himself out there to be laughed at. It's just I'm not doing 60,000, y'all. By the way, I'll tell you something that I heard about on the Jay Z tip. Just a little quick update. His album is done.
Okay.
It's completely done. It's just we might get it if somebody partners with him. If nobody partners with him, it's not coming.
Wow.
Hey, he is not playing about it. You
But
cannot
said
play
this-
about
but
your
you,
brand.
You said this like a month ago.
Yeah, you can't. Somebody called and confirmed it from me, so I was like, okay, I just want to reveal it on the team.
He's not gonna have.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here first. Let's go.
Does first week sales at this point even matter?
I don't think so, bro.
It only matters to the industry and the people that want to laugh at you.
That's
If the industry matters, that's the only time. It's nothing.
Because back in the day, if you didn't sell a certain amount, you was dropped immediately.
Nigga, you was they answer your phone.
Hell no.
You
If you didn't do 100,000, you was
was
out of
done.
there.
That was
You're
the
done.
magic number.
Yep.
That was the
Yeah,
major
yeah,
number.
you had to be big. It was either you bigger than 100,000 first week or you smaller. It was two ways of measuring.
Yep, that was it. That was it.
So before I play Charlamagne's clip, let me go ahead and say this. Obviously, when the shows came out, you saw how many people came out. You saw it all 3 nights. All 3 nights were sold out. You saw who came out. In 2026, I don't believe, and nobody can convince me, this ain't no stand shit. This ain't no, whatever you want to make up. Oh, you know how y'all like to say D Rod and Jay Z and all this other shit. And I got nothing to do with that. I'm going based off of history and what's going on today. There's nobody that can convince me that Jay Z cares about sales as much as he did back in his prime. Not today in 2026. No. So when Ray Daniels say, Jay not trying to do 60,000 and all this, even if Jay does 60,000, right? It don't change nothing. It's not changing anything. The fans are still going to listen, which I think let's have some fun here. Let's say he does drop an album. I don't see Jay doing 60. I don't see it. I just don't see it. I think he's gonna do bigger numbers than that. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy because of course it's Jay in 2026, but he's still gonna have the fan support. Like I believe that Jay is gonna do some nice numbers if he drops an album in 2026. But I don't think he cares as much as he did in his prime. And even now, what does he gain? What does he gain? It doesn't take away anything. Let's say he do 40,000. Let's play around real quick. Let's say he does 40,000. It don't change his legacy. It don't change anything. So it's this conversation surrounding about Jay-Z relevance, and we all know what that has to do with, the whole back and forth between him and Drake. One side saying this, one side saying that. It's really the battle of the old versus young niggas. That's really all it is. But I don't think Jay is sitting back in the studio, sitting down like, damn, I got to deliver with this album as far as the numbers. No, I think he just really wants to create and do dope raps. And I think he's capable of doing that, and I think he will do that. So I Jay's approach going into this album, in my opinion, has nothing to do with no numbers. None at all. He's already solidified. He's had the most number ones. There's nothing else for him to accomplish except create music. He ain't been out in over a decade. He ain't been out in over a decade. Well, 444 is 27, approaching a decade, damn near. I think if he was that hell bent on the numbers, he would have been just still spilling out some shit over the last 9 years, and he ain't been doing that. Nigga just sitting back chilling. So when he create, I think he's really just going into it just to create music because that's what he likes to do. Now let me go ahead and play what Charlamagne had to say as far as giving Ray Donkey of the Day.
Ray Daniels got it really wrong. See, he was on his podcast, Ray Daniels Presents, I believe it's called, and he said definitively, okay, without a shadow of a doubt, that Jay-Z had a new album coming out. Let's listen. Your reputation at all cost. We have to learn from Hove. Hove is not going to put himself out there to be laughed at. It's just, I'm not doing 60,000, y'all. By the way, I'll tell you something that I heard about on the Jay-Z tip. Just a little quick update. His album is done.
Okay.
It's completely done. It's just, we might get it if somebody partners with him. If nobody partners with him, it's not coming. Hey, he is not playing about it. You cannot play about your brand.
You said this like a month ago.
Yeah, you can't. Somebody called and confirmed it from me, so I was like, okay, I just want to reveal it on the team.
You heard it here first.
Heard it here first. Let's go. Well, you need to block that somebody, Ray, okay? Because Rock Nation, who I work for, allegedly, replied to that commentary by posting in their story, album done, in air quotes, fake news, okay? There is a part of me that wishes Rock Nation didn't even do that. Because in a lot of ways, things like that are validation for the Ray Daniels of the world. And that's really why I'm doing this donkey this morning. See, nobody cares about having a voice that has actual value. People only care about going viral by any means, okay? I know Ray is loving this attention, okay? This is what these guys do this for. They don't care about being right. They don't care about having credibility. They just care about attention. They just care about being acknowledged. But I'm here to tell you, that's not sustainable, okay? You know, Ray told me once himself. I only met Ray once in my life. I think I talked to him twice. Once on the phone, and I met him because he was at the Black Effect Podcast Festival earlier this year in Atlanta. And he said to me that he only started podcasting, and he only says the things that he says because he wants another job in the music industry. I don't even know what that means, okay? Because I thought he was in the music industry already. But he said to me, saying the things he says gets him attention from these music industry folks I guess he's trying to work with. Well, Ray, when you get things so wrong consistently, all you do is show people exactly why you don't have a job in the music industry, okay? You call yourself a cultural referee. Well, when a sports referee consistently makes incorrect calls, major professional leagues and amateur organizations use internal gradings to hold them accountable, and poor grades directly lower an official's ranking within their league. Oh, your ranking's pretty low right now, Ray. Okay, look, I don't know what your grade is amongst people who don't know any better. Okay, the regular everyday person who gets on YouTube and listens to you might swear by you because they don't know any better. But to someone like me, you get an F at your worst, a C plus at your best. Well, actually a C minus. A C minus at your best. Okay, because majority of the time I listen to you, I think to myself, is there anyone on planet Earth who knows less about what's going on in the music and podcasting business than Ray Daniels? Just my opinion, Ray. Okay, and I know you think I work for Rock Nation. Okay, I've heard your commentary on it. So you're going to try to say Rock Nation paid me to say this, but this is just all my opinion, okay? Here's a pro tip, all right? Instead of saying matter-of-factly, Jay-Z album is done, how about say someone told you, or you don't know if this is true or not, but this is what you heard, okay? If you carry it like that, then it really doesn't damage your reputation or credibility in this space. But when you say it the way you said it, as if you in the studio sitting next to Guru, okay, while the track list is being arranged, as if you in the marketing meetings listening to what the rollout plan is, okay, if you say it like that, if you say it like you 100% know what you're saying is the truth, that's when you lose credibility, okay? You lose credibility as a media personality by breaking the trust your audience places in your accuracy, independence, and integrity. That's what y'all try to do to me when you say I work for Rock Nation, okay? You want the audience to not trust my independence and integrity. But what about your integrity, Ray Daniels? For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain a few clicks, go viral a little bit, and lose his own soul? Okay, I know we in an era where people think all publicity is good publicity, but it's not. Okay, because negative attention can destroy consumer trust. All right, Ray, this might be some people's first time hearing about you. And now they know you as the guy who's loud and wrong. That can cause damage to your brand or reputation, and that can take years to fix. Okay, so if you're really the cultural referee, you won't get mad at any of this. You won't make excuses for any of this. You will simply get on your platform and tell everybody you got it wrong. Okay, integrity is making sure that the things you say and the things you do are in alignment. Okay, integrity is telling the truth and fixing mistakes. Let's see how you call this on yourself.
All right, so that's Charlamagne's response to Ray Daniels. Ray Daniels, of course, came back, said Charlamagne, some of the same things work for Rock Nation. Da, 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 da. Listen, I spoke on this before. I have heard, that Rock Nation will push the button on certain shit. They will intimidate some people. But with that being said, I still don't see a place where Jay is necessary. And this ain't. I'm gonna get on Charlamagne real quick. But I just don't see a place where Jay-Z is really worried about anybody in 2026. Now, if this was 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, definitely. Now, we all know he had the whole lawsuit against him last year that got dropped. He took that very serious, as anyone should when you had those type of allegations put on your name. But as far as trying to stop shit or pushing buttons, I'm not saying it's not true. I just haven't seen enough. Of course, I seen the What's Dirt video, as regards to him and Drake, which I'm going to speak about just a little bit because I ain't going to go too in depth on that. But it's still not enough for me to be like, Jay is panicking in 2026. I just don't see that for a guy of his stature and his credit, like his notoriety in the game. I just don't see enough from him on that front. His team, of course, everybody talking about Desiree Perez and her role she played. I don't know too much about that woman. All I know is what I've heard about her. I heard she don't play around, this, that, and the third. I haven't done no deep dive on it. Don't really care too much. But it just seems to be this brewing / wannabe civil war. And my whole thing is, if it's going to be that, let it be that. But all this speculation, allegations, to me, it really don't hold no weight. That's essentially where I'm at with it at the end of the day. A lot of it just seems to be a wannabe and not something that's concrete, hardcore proof. That's really where I'm at. It's like, it seems like niggas want there to be some type of war, but I'm just not seeing enough. A war between Drake and Jay-Z, in turn with the whole, Jay-Z media side, Drake media side. Charlamagne being the front runner on the Jay-Z side, academics being the front runner on the Drake side. I just don't see enough. I don't see enough. And what's going to come from it? Because if Drake and Jay-Z are going to have this hypothetical battle, then let it be that. Let niggas get raps off, do their thing. But it seems to be a lot of poking at shit, and there's nothing really there. It's like niggas grasping at straws. Now, with that being said also, because, again, I did see some of the... matter of fact, I seen most of it. I didn't see the whole 40-minute video, but I did see about 35 minutes of it. Very interesting breakdown in terms of the whole why Jay-Z might be trying to sabotage Drake. Drake got on his stream, had a little shots at Jay-Z. Again, this is for me. I'm somebody outside looking in. So again, my commentary on it might not hold too much weight on it, but hey, I'm the average fan at the end of the day. I'm not really privy to what's going on. But all I can do is really apply my logic and what makes sense. And again, when I reviewed Iceman, and of course when Drake was shooting at Jay-Z, I said it then and I still say it now. I still don't see enough from Jay-Z's side for him to really want to bury Drake. Not to that extent. Both these niggas are rap icons. Both these niggas are solidified. Both these niggas getting hella money. Now, I'm not going to say Jay and Drake are not going to shoot at each other. Them niggas been doing that. At some point, because the last time we heard them two together was on CLB on Love All. That was the last time we heard them two niggas featuring together. So in between time, which was 5 years ago up until now, I don't know what the fuck could have happened. Niggas are saying because, Drake didn't do the title, the title thing or whatever the case may be. It could be a multitude of things. But in terms of Jay wanting to sabotage Drake, I just haven't seen enough. I haven't seen enough. And if I do, of course, I would call a spade a spade. Some of that shit just don't it don't align. It don't align. It just it don't align. This nigga is well off. Jay is damn near 60. Drake, he'll be 40 this year. It's a 20-year gap there. A lot of people saying Jay is probably jealous. I'm not saying that couldn't be a possibility. It's just, what exactly am I looking at? What exactly am I looking at? And if all I'm gonna go off is these niggas shooting at each other, again, these niggas been shooting at each other. These niggas been shooting at each other for over a decade now. You get what I'm saying? Even in the midst of them, still doing collabs, because in between time, these niggas still been doing collabs with each other. But let's say over the last 5 years, I don't know. And maybe it'll just continue to be some behind the scenes shit. And again, Jay's not really front line like how he used to be because he's not as active. His prime is over. You get what I'm saying? So we're not going to get too much from him unless it's through a third party. That's just where it's going to be. Like, unless Drake completely jumps out. Let's say Drake does jump out the window, right? Let's say Drake jumps out the window. Jay is going to keep it at rap. I don't see a situation to where we're going to get fully exposed to what really is going on between them two behind the scenes unless it comes to a third party. Drake on his side, he may give some information in terms of that. But on Jay's side, no. That's not his MO. And he ain't been moving like that since the Drake and Nas beef. I mean, him and Nas beef, excuse me. So the most we're gonna get from them, if Drake is to jump out the window, is get some raps. It's not gonna be no business exposed or whatever the case may be. And honestly, if they do have a problem, to me, what the fuck is it gonna be about? Is it really worth it at the end of the day? Again, I always take it back to niggas is well off, niggas is rich, niggas are rap legends, rap icons. What is there to gain? What is there to, like, what is it worth? Especially because we're talking about two specific, we're talking about Drake and Jay-Z. If them niggas are to go back and forth, what is it over? It's all going to go back to ego. Because it ain't about no money. It ain't about no legacy. It ain't about no albums. It ain't about no fan base. It ain't about none of that. Both them niggas got all of that. Both them niggas got all of that. So I'm not really buying this whole rap civil war shit, man. I'm just not doing, even on the media side. Like, listen, I do know niggas do have a favoritism on each side, Drake and Jay-Z. Do I think Charlamagne works for Roc Nation? I don't think Charlamagne rocks for Roc Nation. I don't think he gets paid from Roc Nation. Do I believe he has a favoritism towards Roc Nation? Yeah, I do believe that. And that's because he likes Jay-Z as a rapper. But I don't believe Roc Nation is calling Charlamagne and be like, yeah, say this about us. Say this. No, I just think that's how he gives it up. And the same thing for Academics on his side. I don't believe Academics gets paid from Drake. I just believe he's going to rep for him because that's his favorite rapper. Is it right? No, because you still need to be unbiased in the way you cover certain shit. I think it's okay to have some biases in terms of you're judging the art. We all got our favorites when it comes to the art of rap. Hey, I prefer this verse over this verse. I prefer this album over this album. I prefer this rapper over this rapper. I don't think there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of biases. But when it comes to discussing certain shit, you got to be completely fair. You can't apply this to this rapper and not apply it to this rapper if it aligns, if it makes sense. If rapper A is doing exhibit A and rapper B is doing exhibit A, both should be judged fair and accordingly. But I don't believe neither one of them two are getting paid. I just believe they like both them rappers that much that they're willing to defend them more than they would do another rapper. That's how it comes out to me. Charlamagne, he's gonna defend Jay-Z till the end. Academics, he's gonna defend Drake till the end. Now, what I will say, even though I'm not really a big fan of Academics, he has given some fair critique of Drake, especially during the battle with Kendrick. But at the end of the day, that's his favorite rapper, so he's gonna go the extra mile as far as defending Drake. That's what Academics does. On the flip side with Charlamagne, same thing with Jay-Z. Like, even with the whole Epstein file shit, and I covered that as regards to him and Pusha T. See, it's not a matter of me wanting to see anybody indict Jay-Z or Pusha T. It was simply give fair assessment of what you saw, like you would do anybody else. Like I said then, because depending on what rapper that same thing applied to, you would raise an eyebrow. It was questionable. I didn't continue to do no deep dive on it. I gave a fair assessment on what I thought. Yeah, this is an eyebrow raiser. I love Pusha T. I love Drake. I mean, I love Jay-Z. I love Pusha T. And if it was anybody else, I'd be like, that's kind of telling. I'm not saying you gotta believe it. It was just the lack of reporting on it and easily brushing it away when it's a certain name. And it's obvious that when certain names come up in certain shit, people are either gonna be like, or they're gonna jump on it, be ready to report on it. Like, niggas gonna get real horny to discuss it depending on who it is. And then if it's somebody that they hold near and dear to their heart, it's like, that shit don't make sense. Well, it shouldn't make sense for the other one either. So that's where I'm at with it, with this whole thing, man, because it's just give me some raps at this point. I'll take the raps. Anything else, I really don't care about, bro. Because to me, I'm just not seeing enough. I'm not seeing enough. So moving on, this next thing, I ain't gonna spend too much time on this, but this whole Game versus Kendrick thing, and where the divide made it came in at, and allegedly people have been saying the divide came in around the 100 video, 100 by the Game. Of course, one of his best records of all time. I think that's Drake's best feature verse of all time. But people are saying that is what drove the wedge between the Game and Kendrick. Now, let me say this. Kendrick is a rapper who really don't speak a lot. He really don't. Though most of the time we hear from him is through his raps, and that's fine. But I just get tired of other people speaking for him in terms of shit like this. I don't want to hear Top Dog. I don't want to hear nobody else saying, oh, yeah, this is... Let Kendrick say it. Let Kendrick say it. Let Kendrick say it. I want to hear from him if this was a divide that happened between him and Game because he brought Drake out to do the 100 video. Drake was shooting at him on the... That song was 11 years ago. That song was 11 years ago. We ain't heard nothing in between time or in real time Game and Kendrick having no riff. Now here we are in 2026 and niggas talking, oh yeah, that's... Bruh, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit. If Kendrick ain't coming out and saying that, yeah, this is what really did the divide between us and that, and I'm not saying no beef got to spawn from it, no issue, but goddamn, bro, like it's too much rumblings from when it come to that side of the camp. It's never him saying it. It's somebody else, and I'm not discounting their word, but I want to hear it from him. If that is the case. It's him. It's coming from Kendrick. It's coming from Kendrick Lamar himself. Yeah, this was the divide. I gotten over it. Ain't really no problem. But I felt the type of way about that. It's nothing wrong with being wrong about that shit, bro. It is what it is. Especially when Game and Snoop and all them, when Kendrick on them rise, they crowned him the best. And not for nothing, Kendrick and Game have collaborated with each other. Them niggas have done dope records together. And I hope I would love to hear Kendrick and Game together. So if it's something that needs to be resolved again, we ain't got to be privy to it. But goddamn, bro. All this he say, she say shit. That shit get annoying. That shit gets really annoying, bro. But moving on. Getting into some positive shit. Donell Jones versus Joe is coming up. That is the next versus. Now, this matchup, I'm seeing a lot of people saying Donell Jones is going to get washed up. This is a bad matchup for Donell. Now, just based on paper, it is. Joe got a lot of shit. And a lot of people felt like he probably could have got another matchup. I'm hearing maybe he should have went up against Maxwell. You know, it's been a couple of other names thrown out there, but that's been the main one I've been hearing. A lot of people are not really giving Donell Jones a chance in this, but again, like I always say, you never know how these verses are gonna go. Now, just off rip, I probably would give the edge to Joe just based off his catalog, but you never know how somebody's gonna come up and show up and perform. Donell Jones can get on that stage and just kill shit vocally. Then on top of that, what he's written for, because you never know what somebody has written for somebody else. Hey, Donnell got some dope writing credits. What I find also interesting as well, both of them got a big pun record. Still, I don't want to be a player, of course, with Joe, and it's so hard with Donnell Jones. So that's funny as well. Both of them got a big pun record. So I'd be interested to see who pulls that one out first if they perform it. But I think it'll be a dope performance. All the R&B verses don't they be a verses, but then they don't at the same time. Now, Pretty Ricky, they whoop B2K's ass. Tyrese and Tank, that was a great versus performance wise. So I think Donell Jones and Joe collectively are just gonna perform amazing. I predict them to show out. But as far as who's gonna get the victory, I probably get the edge of Joe. He got some shit. Joe got some shit. I want to know more and more all the things. Faded pic. Now I love faded pictures with him and Case. I don't think Donnell got a rebuttal for that one, buddy. I don't think he got a rebuttal for that. Of course, he even got Big Rich Town, Stutter. That was a banger record. Don't want to be a player. His own record, not the Big Pun one. The Love Scene, Treat Her Like a Lady. If I Was Your Man. And of course, Donnell got some shit too, Where I Want to Be, You Know What's Up, This Love, Shorty Got Her Eyes on Me. Have You Seen Her? Everybody knows that, that album is like his crown jewel classic. But he also wrote Get It Together by 702. So he might perform that. He Won't Hurt You, My Apology. Uh he just got some shit, man. Knocks Me Off My Feet. He did that cover. Uh but Joe he got some heavy shit too. I Want to Get to Know You with G Unit. So it'd be interesting as far as on the battlefront, but I think these niggas just got so many great songs that they're just gonna put on a banger. Hopefully they play their best records last. Of course, I think Donnell, Where I Wanna Be, that'd be one of the last ones, but he might pull out early. You never know. But I'm seeing a lot of people saying Donnell just gonna get washed up. He's gonna get washed the fuck up. And I don't want to do Donnell like that, man, because Donnell has a dope voice. He got some records. You never know what he got in his catalog as far as what he wrote for other people. So it'll be interesting to see. But I think Joe could come out victorious. He might come out on top, like, I say 14-8, 13-9, maybe. I don't think it'd be a complete wash, though. Like, Donnell would have to go up there and, like, completely just shit the bed for him to get washed, in my opinion. But I think that is coming up on August 20th. So we will have to see. We will have to see, man. But the wash, nah, Donnell got some shit. I'm hearing people was saying that maybe Donnell should have went up against Avant. I'm not really a big Avant guy, but just far as the level, possibly could see that. Joe just got some shit, and Joe been out for a long time. I mean, they both collectively been out for a minute. So they both got some shit to bring to the table. So we just have to wait and see, man, because again, you never know how these versus matchups is gonna go. But I'm gonna give the edge to Joe. I'm gonna say Joe gonna take this home about 14-8, 13-9 type shit, man. So next up, moving into some sports shit. First off, I want to salute Russell Westbrook, man. Russell Westbrook announced his retirement on his Instagram. So I want to say congratulations and salute to Russell Westbrook, man, on an outstanding career. One of the best point guards of all time. I got him top 10 all time. We all know what he did with the triple doubles. 3 straight triple doubles. 1 MVP in 2017. Recording the first triple double since Oscar Robertson did it, I think, in the 60s. Just a relentless, fearless player. Like, that run that he had from 2009 to 2019 was just remarkable. And the reason why I have him as a top 10 point guard all time. Russ is just always going to get 100%. Russ is just always going to get 100%. He's going to go down in history. He was dubbed top 75 when they did that list, 2021 for a reason. And then he recorded another triple double when he was with the Wizards in 2021. Helped them reach the playoffs for the first time in a stretch. So Russell Westbrook, during his prime, you wasn't going to get a more fearless and relentless player. He was going to give his all. You might not agree, even myself included, while, some of his decision making, but ultimately it don't take away from his legacy. Russell Westbrook had one of the best mid-range jumpers I ever seen too. Like, this nigga at a time period was just nailing shit from mid-range. He wasn't missing that motherfucker. We don't even got to talk about the dunks because we know he was going to put somebody on the poster. He got a bunch of those. But salute to Russell Westbrook on outstanding career. He's going to be all, he got the all NBAs. He got the all-stars. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's going to get all of that. And, time flies, man. Time fucking flies. Like, excuse me, that whole draft class is here and gone, man. Like 08, 09 time frame, because Russ was drafted in 08. Ain't too many of them left. Man. So I thought Russ was probably going to run it back with, the Kings. I was hearing the Kings offered him a deal in another team, but I can't remember the other team. And he basically was like, nah, like, I'm good. I'm good. I'm ready to, go out on my own accord. So, and, Chris Paul just retired. So now Russ is retired. As time go on, man, we're going to see the 2010s already being, because 2019 was 7 years ago. Like, we're on the back end of the 2020s. And really think about that shit. Like, I remember just watching all them niggas during their prime in the mid-2010s, and that seemed like 3 years ago. And it's not 3 years ago. That just goes to show how fast shit be going, man. It just goes to show how fast shit be going, man. This shit don't wait on nobody. We on the back ends of the 2020s. Like, I read some shit the other day that said that we closer to 2050 than we are 2000. That's fucking insane to me. That's insane to me. 2000 was 26 years ago. 2050 is 24 years from now. That's crazy, bruh. That is fucking insane. But nonetheless, man, it just goes to show, man, how important it is for you to take advantage of your time when you have it. And I can't say Russell Westbrook didn't take advantage of his time when he was on the NBA court. He was going to get 100%. He was going to be relentless. Some people looked at it at times as a negative. Most looked at it as a positive. And that's all you can take away from it. He wasn't going to cheat the game. Russ was always going to, sometimes even to, his body's, disagreement. Russ was going to sometimes play hurt, play injured. But you can't say when that man wasn't on the court, he was not going to get busy. He wasn't going to get busy. He wasn't going to get 100% effort. So, again, salute to Russell Westbrook. Top 10 PG of all time. Definitely first ballot Hall of Famer, will be remembered. And just salute on a great career, man. Salute on a great career. So next up, the Lakers got sold again. Now, this is very interesting because this team just got sold last summer. And now they're getting sold again. So to see this is very, very, very telling. The Los Angeles Lakers are being sold to American businessman Josh Kushner and Bob Iger for a record-breaking price of over $12 billion, multiple sources told ESPN. So Bob Iger also is the CEO of Disney. Kushner and Iger were involved in the expansion process in Las Vegas, but a stunning turn. They pivoted to make an aggressive offer to buy the Lakers from Mark Walter, who had purchased a controlling interest in the team from the Buss family around last year. Now, people are saying that Mark Walter is also caught up in some shit as regards to why he sold the team. People are saying that, this cannot be ignored. They saying he's under investigation. Let me see. One source allegedly close to dozens of sports teams owners reportedly called it one of the most bizarre things I ever seen. Not only did Walter flip the Lakers like a house in need of a new roof and kitchen renovation midway through installing the cabinets, he apparently did it within 72 hours. It does not appear Walter sought out any competing bids. Funnily enough, the circumstances feel similar to the Lakers' Luka Doncic trade, as the Dallas Mavericks caught no shortage of flack for sending their star for the Lakers in the dead of the night without checking if any teams were willing to pay more. Less than a month ago, Bloomberg Law reported that agents of the Federal Bureau of Investigation had seized a mobile phone and computer belonging to Walter last fall as part of a wide-ranging probe into his financial dealings. The search warrant was reportedly carried out on Walter's private plane in Chicago, one of several executed as prosecutors dug into alleged financial improprieties involving his companies. The main company in question released a statement denying any wrongdoing. Walter and TWG have always acted in good faith, and those who have done business with Mark know him as an honest and straightforward. TWG Global Walter Holding Company said in a statement, "We are cooperating with authorities, and we are confident these matters will be resolved favorably. A federal investigation is not proof of wrongdoing, and to date, no one involved in this has been criminally charged as far as we know." Yeah, man. So that's telling. I never seen somebody buy a team and within a year sell it. I never seen no shit like that. So ain't no telling what's to come from it. Like they said, an investigation don't mean anybody has been charged or found of any wrongdoing, but that's very, very telling. You just bought the team last year for $10 billion. Now you sell them for $12.5 billion in a year. I'm not the smartest motherfucker, but I ain't the dumbest neither. So, yeah, man, this looks. Excuse me. This looks alarming. Somebody flipping the team that quick. That's telling. That is very, very telling, man. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what else comes from that. So next up, we have Jayden Daniels versus LSU. Now this shit here is hilarious. This shit here is fucking funny. Jayden Daniels is a funny guy, man. Jayden Daniels is a funny guy. Jayden Daniels informs LSU can no longer use his name, image, and likeness per ESPN. The Daniels family is deeply disappointed and feels profoundly disrespected that LSU gave Daniels' number to another player. He feels he's being treated differently than Joe Burrow. The player and their father came out to speak out against it. And also there's been this running joke with, media outlets, even teams, even the Mets even was like, yo, in honor of Jayden Daniels, we will be doing this. And we'll be wearing the number 4, or we'll be stopping to stop at number 4. A whole running slew of jokes, warranted jokes too. But let me say this. Jayden Daniels did have a Heisman season with LSU. I will not take that away from him. Now, in my opinion, the Heisman race that year was kind of because, it was nobody from the contending teams in the playoffs that year that was like a front runner for the Heisman. And for him at LSU, they had about 3-4 losses that year. I don't even think they won their bowl game that season. But individually, he did have a Heisman year. But to compare himself to Joe Burrow, no, sir. Joe Burrow had arguably the best quarterback season you could ever have at LSU. Threw for over 5,000 yards, 60 touchdown passes, undefeated, Heisman Trophy. Like, the Heisman is not to be scoffed at. I will never say that. But if he had a gripe with them, giving his number out, okay, cool. But throwing the whole Joe Burrow shit in there, yeah, I can't get with that. And it takes away from what you got going on with your team. Hey, bro, just worry about your team, dog. Worry about what you got going on in Washington, because you are coming off an injury-prone year. Off your rookie year, that was dope. But, hey, man, focus on what needs to be focused on. I don't think LSU is too concerned about using your name going forward. That's just me being honest. I don't think they really too concerned about that. But I have enjoyed the jokes that have come from this shit. I have enjoyed the jokes that have came from this shit, man. This shit has been very, very hilarious. Very, very funny. And I honestly, I don't know what's to come from this. But it's like, come on, bro. And then Jaden don't make it no better because everything that be going on with him and his mom, which I ain't really gonna get into. But it gives people more ammo, is what I'll say. Um, and a lot of people are gonna ride with LSU on this. I've been seeing it a lot of people have been riding with. He make himself an easy target. He make himself an easy target in this situation. Again, especially coming off an injury, him not really playing last year. So I think Joe Burrow, um, Joe Burrow spoke out on it. He's like, I ain't really got too much to say about it, man. But for him to create friction with the school like that is just unnecessary. And I think it might have backfired on him. Honestly, it honestly might have backfired. It's like, what is there to gain? What is it to gain from it? You're already getting money in Washington. You feel some type of way because they gave your number away. Like, come on, bro. I think Leonard Fournette even spoke out on it. He's like, bro, I wore number 7. Patrick Peterson wore 7. Honey Badger wore 7. Like, it's not that big of a deal, my nigga. And then when he brought that, I was like, yeah, that's a great fucking point, bro. That's a great fucking point. That's a great point. So, hey, Jada, man, figure it out, man. Worry about the season, man, because you got to get back on track because last year was a disappointment. That was a pure definition of a sophomore slump. So, I wish him the best, though. But that whole shit, I was like, yeah, I can't get with Jaden on that. I'm sorry. I can't rock with him on that one. So that's pretty much all I got for this week's show, man. The season is approaching. The first run of preseason games went on this weekend, so I'm just ready. I'm ready for the season. I'm excited about my Panthers. I don't really get too much overreactions to start the season, but I'm excited about T Mac's second year. Bryce Young in another year with Canales calling the plays. The defense, I'm looking to be better. We got Devin Lloyd at middle linebacker. So I'm just excited. Again, it's just a preseason right now, so I'm not going to get too much, but I am excited. I am excited. I expect us to win the NFC South. I do expect for us to win the NFC South. I'm not worried about the Bucks. I'm not worried about the Falcons. Damn sure not worried about the Falcons. They cute quarterback situation. That shit is shot. The Saints, I'm not worried about the Saints either. Um, yeah, I'm just not really worried about them guys. I expect for us to win the division again. I expect us to get back to the playoffs, and I expect us to at least get one playoff win. That's where I'm at with it. Again, thank for y'all for tapping in with me, checking in with me. Continue to run it up. If you got some goals out here, get busy. Stay on top of it. Don't procrastinate. Get your ass in the gym. Get y'all lazy, funky asses in the gym. And ultimately be safe. So, like I say, man, this is I'm Not Repeating Myself podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I hope you heard what I said the first time because I'm not repeating myself. I'm out.